The Earth is flat.
Oh my god, you're a flat earther? Are you fucking serious, man? They are the stupidest cunts in the known universe. I can't believe you just did this to me. How are we supposed to be friends now? Nothing you say ever again will ever carry any kind of intellectual weight because I won't be able to see past the level of stupidity required to think that dumb shit. In fact, you've just lost every right you had to enter into any kind of adult conversation about anything, because that's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Why would they even want us to think the Earth was flat if it wasn't?
The most intelligent people on the planet have hypothesized around Earth.
Wake up, Dom. You are being sheeple.
Don't call me sheeple. I'm not sheeple, I'm people. There's just a limit to the amount of shit I can put brain power towards investigating.
Look, man, it just goes on and on and on and on forever. Now, that could be because the Earth is flat. I don't see any curvature. Yeah, that horizon looks very, very flat to me.
We're paying separately, though, for the burgers.
Yeah,
definitely paying separately for the burgers. You can come with us. I only have my card.
I mean, it's definitely not curving down. If anything, the horizon is rising to meet our eye line. If Neil deGrasse Tyson was here, he would just, like, mushroom stamp the hell out of you.
May I have your attention, please?
There he is, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Woo! Look out!
I repeat, will the real Slim Shady please stand up? We're gonna have a problem here. Y'all act like you never seen a white person before. Jaws all on the floor.
Because Earth, we know it spins once a day. Yes, thank you. So you spin. You know, when you spin pizza dough, it kind of flattens out. Yeah. It gets wider in the middle, and so Earth, throughout its life, even when it formed, it was spinning, and it got a little wider at the equator than it does at the poles. So it's not actually a sphere; it's oblate, and officially it's an oblate spheroid. That's what we call it. But not only that, it's slightly wider below the equator than above the equator.
A little chubbier.
A little chubbier.
Yeah.
Chubby's a good way. It's like pear-shaped.
Yeah.
So it turns out the pear-shapedness is bigger than the height of Mount Everest above sea level.
Yeah. How much higher is the tall mountain that you identify in this book, which name I forget, and probably you do too, in Peru, or is it Ecuador?
Ecuador.
Ecuador. How much higher, if you were on top of this mountain in Ecuador, how much higher than the Mount Everest would you be?
There's a 20,000-foot mountain in Ecuador,
Yeah.
which is right. Ecuador is like near the equator, hence Ecuador.
Oh, you're just not giving up.
And that mountain is actually, the summit of that mountain is 1 1/3 miles higher away from Earth's center than the summit of Mount Everest.
Okay, question number 2.
But you gotta know, let me just so you understand. We've been fed a lie our entire, I wanna call it a lie. We've been fed.
It's a point of view thing, I think.
Earth has been misrepresented to us by geologists. No, no, okay? These mountains are puny. The depth of your, what do you call these?
Your finger.
The fingerprint mark. The depth of that would be greater than the entire range of distance from the Marianas Trench in the bottom of the Pacific to the top of Mount Everest. Therefore, you would close your eyes, rub your finger, you would not know whether you are on ocean, valley, mountain, or hill.
Well, it might be wet or dry. It might be,
Well, by how much wet?
A little.
How? No.
Yes.
You wouldn't even notice it. You're not going to say, oh, I got to dry my hand. The depth of the ocean doesn't measure up to the depth of your fingerprint. That's my point.
Oh.
So we've been fed this misrepresentation of our own planet on the belief that, in fact, we have real surface
Listen, Neil deGrasse Tyson says that the world is pear-shaped.
No, Neil deGrasse Tyson is pear-shaped.
Does this look pear-shaped to you? That looks pretty round to me. In fact, that might even be a perfect circle. But to be fair, this photo is photoshopped. In fact, NASA even admits that every image you see of the Earth is actually photoshopped.
Are you talking shit on NASA,
Did you just say NASA is wrong?
Look, all I'm saying is that if they can convince you
that
the
hamburgers
world
are
that you're
real,
living on is not
and I know that we're gonna go get one.
So, hey, did you know McDonald's has a new custom burger?
Yeah.
It's called the Build-A-Burger.
Really?
Yeah.
Put whatever you want on it?
Oh, yeah. Whatever
Sounds
you
good
want.
to me.
Yeah, it's
Can we
great.
still get a butter burger from Burger King?
Oh, dude, we're going to get a butter burger, and then we're going to get a Build-A-Burger.
There are a group of people that absolutely and honestly believe in 2016, the Earth is flat. The Earth is flat. Now, I'm looking right out there at Neil deGrasse Tyson. Is he still out there?
Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's here tonight. An astrophysicist retrospect on universe. There he is, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Woo! Look out. Yep. First of all, my name's Rolan, Reddy.
How you doing?
Pleasure to meet you.
All right.
Your work has given me so much to talk about to people, and I love it. So
Okay.
Thank you so
Well,
much.
it's the universe. It's not I'm just sharing the universe with people. That's what I do. I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson, bitch.
One of the questions I have, first of all, I know you're taking some heat on this whole flat Earth thing.
It's a failure of an educational system that we have full-grown adults who think that the Earth is flat. That we have failed. It's someplace in that educational system.
I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Is there a way to get Neil in here for 2 seconds to explain this?
There he is, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Woo! Look out.
The earth is flat, living in illusion. The earth is flat. We take some illusion. The earth is flat, living in illusion.
I need an answer to this. I saw something over the weekend.
The seat, you got the microphone, the seat.
Yeah.
It's all ready for
It's all
like
ready for
somebody to
just
come
in
in.
case somebody comes
just in case.
Just in case. We never know.
All right. Well,
I was watching some videos over the weekend that were preposterous. Have you heard the flat earther people that believe the Earth is flat?
this is a deep failure of our educational system.
Thank you.
I've stopped chasing after people with those belief systems because I don't see the point. There's something deeper going on in our society that somehow enables people to believe they're making cogent arguments when they're not.
They're not.
And so, you know why? I think it is. The way we teach science is you're just some empty vessel and we pour the science into you and then you regurgitate it on an exam.
Right.
Whereas science is a way of thinking. It's a way of understanding and probing the operations of nature.
You get enough pieces to then add your own curiosity and innovative, and that's how you proceed.
That's how you proceed. But you need to know what. So I to the point where I wrote an op-ed a few weeks ago, maybe a couple of months ago, titled "What Science Is and How and Why It Works." It's on my Facebook page. Just put that title in Google, you'll find it. And I tried to show people that science is a way of understanding. And you can't just pull stuff out of your ass and claim that it's science.
That it's science.
Because you throw some science words behind it.
Well, Neil, let me bring.
And this is why we go to the moon. Now we find out Russia's not going to the moon after we arrive there, and we beat them there, and we're done.
Yeah.
That's why we were not on Mars by 1985, as everyone thought we were.
Right.
People thought we'd be on Mars. Moon 1969, Mars by 1980, which would only be 11 years later. Why weren't we on Mars? People who thought we'd be on Mars thought we went to the moon because we're explorers and we're discoverers and we're Americans. No, because we were scared shitless.
It
all right?
have- you're
That's
right, right.
why. And then once we didn't have the reason to be scared because Russia was not gaining space as the high ground, all that money dried up. That's why the last Apollo mission was 17. We didn't even send 18, even though we built the rockets to do so. We said, we're done here. On to the next problem. So don't confuse yourself.
So today, we're not at war. Not in that kind of
Not in
war.
that sense,
Right, right. And so, no, war will not be the driver. If we go to the Mars, I think my read of history tells me it'll have to be because we are at war with someone else who wants to go to Mars. Or, and I joke about this, all China has to do is leak a memo saying they want to put military bases on Mars. Doesn't have to be true.
Right.
Leak it, right? We'd be on Mars in 10 months.
Right.
Oh, my God. 1 month to design, build, fund
yeah.
the spacecraft. 9 months to get there. We have colonies, cities. Okay, so...
I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson, bitch.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again. Back again. It's a painful process to build it back again.
So I said, what about the photographs that NASA takes from space? He gave a knowing smile and told me, man, those things are fake. But what about the videos that I've seen with my 2 eyes? What about them? He replied, have you heard of CGI? Oh, NASA's faking everything that you have ever seen. And as for flying to the moon, well, they ain't never been. Indeed, my friend, their line scum is there for you to see. Just take some time, look into it, and the truth will set you free. Well, I was kind of skeptical, but I have an open mind. And what he said was interesting, and I've got a little time. So I grabbed myself a doobie, and I started watching vids. Cause if NASA's really lying, then they're lying to my kids. Oh, NASA's faking everything that you have ever seen. And as for flying to the moon, they ain't never been. Indeed, my friend, their lying scum is there for you to see. Just take some time, look into it, and the truth will set you free. It all exploded from nothing, right, with their theory of Big Bang. It's true satanic mind control from the Freemasonic gang. You see, it's only Freemasons that get to go to space. They're the evil bastards who are lying to your face. Yeah, NASA's pretty evil, man. The whole thing is such a fraud. Just take some time, look into it. Oh, NASA's faking everything that you have ever seen. And as for flying to the moon, well, they ain't never been. Indeed, my friend, their lying scum is there for you to see. Just take some time, look into it, and the truth will set you free. Take some time, man. Look into it. I did. Now my mind is truly blown. A friend of mine once told me to do a search online. Search for photos of Earth, he said. This shit will blow your mind. So I opened up the Google and I looked for photos of Earth. Well, a lot of photos came up. He said, click on the first. He said, that's the famous blue marble that everybody's seen. We've seen this photo 1,000 times upon our TV screen. But let me tell you something about that famous shot. It's not a photo at all, man. It was made in Photoshop. Cause there ain't no photographs, but somebody tell me why. They're all just Photoshop cartoons, they're all just CGI. No photographic proof of a clone, no none at all. Why the hell can't no one take a photo of this ball? He was goddamn right. That shit did blow my mind. Cause I thought the blue marble was a photo all this time. Well, don't you think that's strange? He said suspiciously. Now, the fact that it ain't a photo seems pretty weird to me. I mean, the most important photo that man could ever take? This huge, iconic image turns out to be a fake? Well, I couldn't quite believe it, man. I was pretty shocked. I needed further proof that this photo's photoshopped. He said, look up Robert Simon. He made that cartoon ball. He's the guy you should research. He works for NASA and all. He openly admits that it's all just artistry. He said, and I quote, it's photoshopped, but it has to be. There ain't no photographs, but somebody tell me why. They're all just Photoshop cartoons, they're all just CGI. No photographic proof of a clone, no none at all. Why the hell can't no one take a photo of this ball? Yep, every photo of the Earth is artist trickery. All the photos on Google, man, are as fake can be. Download all the photos and put them side by side. Compare all the continents, they're each a different size. Compare all the colors, each globe a different shade. If all of these were photos, man, they should look the goddamn same. Where's the continuity? There's none, no, none at all. All that NASA gives us is a bunch of cartoon balls, cause there ain't no photographs, but somebody tell me why. They're all just Photoshop cartoons, they're all just CGI. No photographic proof of a clone, no none at all. Why the hell can't no one take a photo we're supposed to have this telescope, right, that's flying past the stars, taking beautiful photos of Jupiter and Mars. Well, I've got a small suggestion, NASA. Here's something you could do. Point that thing at planet Earth and take a shot or two, because there should be goddamn thousands of photos of where we live. But Hubble ain't taken one. That's suspicious, don't you think? We got all these fancy pictures of spinning galaxies, but not one goddamn photo of the Earth for us to see. Cause there ain't no photographs, but somebody tell me why. They're all just Photoshop cartoons, they're all just CGI. No photographic proof of a clone, no none at all. Why the hell can't no one take a photo of this ball? There ain't no photographs, but somebody tell me why. They're all just Photoshop cartoons, they're all just CGI. No photographic proof of a clone, no none at all. Why the hell can't no one take a photo of this ball?
We've been fed this misrepresentation of our own planet on the belief that, in fact, we have real surface features. But cosmically speaking, we're practically a perfect sphere.